Hello and welcome back to Talent 101. This time we're going to talk about Hwoarang's Powercrushes. That's right, LFS B+3 and RFS B+4. The Powercrushes in Flamingo specifically. And these moves got hit mainly because, well, they're not homing anymore. It's just like, what do you mean they're not homing anymore? That's right. So if I put this into sidestep right, and Hwoarang with his below average sidestep, +3, gone. Even right Flamingo, gone. Actually, I can change that to +5. Gone. Yeah, they're not homing anymore. Yeah, so that's the first thing we need to talk about. It's not homing anymore. So it's just like, what's the purpose of both LFS B+3 and RFS B+4? Well, it's supposed to be a power crush. So like if you get a situation where you put yourself in Flamingo, where your opponent can challenge something like down B+4 into right Flamingo, yeah, I feel like that's about it. Like the opponent will be either safe because of like, again, the Tekken 8 system for power crushes. So it's great like if you absorb something while in left Flamingo or right Flamingo, right? You're gonna be completely fine. And then if it hits, then you get a big mix-up. So just to, refresh our memory, for both moves, their frame data is more or less the same. So again, both LFS B+3 and RFS B+4 will come out at 20 frames. They're both plus 14 kg. The K stands for the ballerina spin. So like you see how the opposing Hwoarang spins here. That's usually plus 10 guaranteed in quotation marks because there's a G, right? So the G means they can guard. So even if they're plus 14, these aren't guaranteed, but like the opponent can't do anything there. Like they have to take your 50-50. Just imagine it like a heat engager. Just not plus 17, you're just plus 14. And then if it does get on block, you're -12, which means if the opponent's awake, they're gonna hit you with a throw punish, and that's a minimum of 40 to 45 damage. That hurts a lot. Yeah. Besides that, I mean, it's a bonus, the fact that, for as long as it absorbs something, you're completely fine. And it's just a call out power crush mid now. Because on hit, like, yeah, 50-50, right? Heat engager. What's the slowest move we're allowed to throw out here? Let's check that again. No, it's completely fine. So is it my input in RFF? Indeed, it was my input in RFF. So 18 frames, pushing it further to like 20. Let's check. We push it at 20. Ah, yeah, that's a little bit too much already. Even if we go for like FF3 on block. 20, you're safe. Interesting. Of course, again, that's on against the slower power crushes. So if you go against a faster power crush, maybe that will change a little bit. But JFSR should generally be on the safer end for as long as you pull it off really quickly. Besides that, you have a 50-50 on your hands. So right after this, your opponent has to think about a launcher. They have to think about a low. I mean, do whatever you feel like. But if you want to make your life very simple, here's a short list of options to do. Like say if you get LFS B+3 to connect, because this one puts you in right foot forward, right? So the first thing you should do is RFF B+2. This way you transfer from plus 14 to plus 4 on block while you're in right foot forward. If that ain't your sauce, then you can go for RFF DF4 and go to plus 5. And hit them with the Flappy, hit them with the Hell Sweep if you have Heat active, or even like an Axe Kick or Flying Eagle, right? Most especially if you have the Just Frame. Now, if you do it from, let's say, RFS, right? Because this puts you in left foot forward, your main go-to would be DF2. Now, technically, you could do that with LFS B+3 because you can do DF2 from right foot forward, but you don't have access to right foot forward options most of the time, so you prefer those. But if you want to make it DF2, sure, go ahead. But usually, if you do it from RFS B+4, DF2, F1 plus 2, DF4, take your pick if you want to be like really, really safe. And then, of course, for both options on LFS B+3 and RFS B+4, down 3-4 is going to be the one low you're always pairing up with the 50-50s. If not that, down B+4. Now, we did mention it earlier. This move has 0 tracking. Well, besides on hit. But like, most of the time when you're in Flamingo, it's on block, right? So, then you're not really getting anywhere for the most part. And if you do get something like this on hit, there's no reason to really press the power crush because RFS DF4, Flying Eagle, basically most of your mids in both Flamingos would catch. So like there's no need to put yourself at a risk at -12 ever. So it's just like, okay, it only tracks on hit, tracks nowhere on block. So it's just like, does it ever track at all? Well, if the move does happen in Backturn, so the opposing Hwoarang is gonna do it. You see how he turns around? Did you see that? Did you see that? He turns around. Most especially if he absorbs an attack while taking it. he's gonna turn around just like that. So that's like the only time. Besides that, because at the wall, well, again, it has no tracking, right? And if on hit, it's too much of a risk to throw out. But if you are throwing this on block and your opponent doesn't like to step a lot, well, you're gonna net in a decent amount of damage. And it's the same thing for if you do it off RFS back 4. Not bad. And this move does wall break, it does balcony break, it will cause a wall blast and all that kind of stuff. So if you're feeling risky, and if you have like a hard read on the opponent, throw it out, even if you may end up going -12, or if they may end up sidestepping the move. Because it's you know, it's unfortunate that it lost its homing, because it made it such a really good move to risk. Unfortunately, like, it always had the risk connotation with it. But like, at least it was homing. So like, if the opponent was stepping, and if they pressed the button while stepping, so like they SS into like DF1, SS into DF2, or SS into any button, you caught them for it. Now, if you do like LFS F4 or RFS forward 3, they can SS into that button and you'll lose. Unlike LFS back 3 and RFS back 4. But now, even if the... it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's a Powercrush now. That's about it. So yeah, that's everything I know about LFS back 3 and RFS back 4. Just think of this video as a refresher of sorts, because it's just a Powercrush now. Yeah, it's a Powercrush. I've been Frontier, and thank you for watching.